What's happening, fam? Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome back. So, here we are, Bikers and Pieces. This is literally the same day that I'm installing, or was installing, these LA Choppers XXX or Baron XXX dual air filter system. So, what happened was, a spacer from this bottom bolt fell into the exhaust heat shield. And I'm banging on the exhaust, and nothing is happening. No vibration, nothing. So it's really stuck in there. So guess what I gotta do? Freaking take out the damn exhaust. I wasn't gonna do that yet. I was actually gonna do it tomorrow. But now I ended up having to take it out to get that spacer back in order for that to fit properly. This bolt over here. I don't know if you can see it. That bolt right there. So now, very, very simple to take out. All you need is a 12mm socket and a 12mm wrench. For the rears, you're gonna need a 12mm socket and a 12mm wrench to hold the nut behind this bracket here. Okay? The second one is another 12mm, but it bolts from this side, okay? And threads into, I actually put it into the exhaust. It actually threads into the exhaust itself. Okay? So I put the rear two over here, and I put this one there. Then you take a H6 hex socket, take off the header bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And don't forget, take out the gaskets as well. All you gotta do is take like a flathead, tap it a couple times with like anything, and it'll start to move. Once it starts moving, just take a pliers or whatever, pull it out. These are the two old gaskets right there. And actually, to tell you the truth, this bike only has 500 miles. I could have literally reused them. They were in really, really good shape. Okay, but I have two brand new ones from Suzuki, two OEM gaskets, and I think they'll run you like about 30 bucks, somewhere like around there roughly. About 30 bucks for the pair. Okay? Then I used some brake cleaner, cleaned up the ports nicely, and I might as well just install the new exhaust that I have. Guys, this is my dump pipe exhaust I got from a company called JODO exhaust. This is a guy named James. James is a really, really good dude. Lots of information, and he's a boiler maker by trade. So he started making his own exhaust and everything, and he had a lot of luck with it. Now he has a branch in the UK, and he is a wealth of information, car and bike enthusiast as well. So can't beat it. So this is the exhaust setup right here. This is the short runner right here. This is the long runner. This part of the long runner is gonna go inside of this. Now guys, this is a non-baffled system, so this is gonna be really, really loud. This honeycomb stuff in there has like wool in there, and what that does, it makes for a deeper tone. But there are no baffles in this exhaust, and these are the heat shields right here. It gives you some instructions with it. It gives you some clamps and some washers. And guys, I'm still in my trailer, you know what I mean? The reason why is my ECU is going to get flashed, so I could put all of this stuff on because now the servo and stuff is out. So the servo is going to get eliminated through the ECU. This is the servo right here. Okay, so once I took out the exhaust, I just took cutters, cut the cables for the servo. As long as you don't mess with this piece under here. Where is it? Just don't mess with the actual servo. You'll be fine. Now, these are the two harnesses that the servo hooks up to. Normally, you would have like a servo buddy to hook up to it to prevent that FI light from going off. So, But since I got sent my ECU to get flashed, right? I took the servo out. Now the servo is located. It bolts up right here and right here. And it's a 10mm bolt. The thing is though, it bolts from this side. So it was a little bit of a pain in the ass to get off since, you know, small spaces and big hands. Okay? So the cool thing is the servo is going to be eliminated through the ECU. That's the reason why I'm installing my dual intake system and I'm installing the exhaust. So by doing that, once the ECU comes, all I got to do is pop it in and it's already programmed to handle my new exhaust and air filter system, like the fueling and everything like that. Okay, so appreciate the love. And once again, James, thank you so much for answering my questions and also sending me some video and whatnot. I'll put them up on the side as well. So I really appreciate the assistance. Thank you so much. So the piece that you can't see me doing was adding permatext to the lower portion of that front header pipe before inserting it into that dual piece. Alright guys, all finished. I was in here for a while. For one, my GoPro battery died, actually both batteries, and I was so involved in the work I was like, I can't stop. So everything came out pretty good. As I told you guys, this is a really nice ceramic setup from JODO Exhaust. Really nice. The piece is a twin piece here that's welded, that goes to the rear header and or port, and this portion here goes into this twin piping that's welded. So I applied some Permatex for, like, you know, for like when you doing exhaust work and stuff like that, so it won't leak. Okay, and put the bolts on. And afterwards were the heat shields. So you got a heat shield here, and the part that was a pain in the ass was putting the clamps on. The clamps was a freaking pain in the ass. And I'm getting a little scratch over here on my ceramic. I'm like, no, but not a big deal. But still, everything came out pretty nice. I won't be able to start this, but by the time this video comes out, you guys are gonna hear it started anyway, because this won't be out for a little bit. So anyway, stay tuned to the end of the video for a freaking cold start. But this thing is freaking really nice. And I forgot to mention that freaking stock exhaust is so heavy, like you would not believe it. It is so freaking heavy, like it's nuts. It's nuts how heavy that is. But anyway guys, definitely like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. Guys, this exhaust cost me, I think it's like $5 something before like shipping. I think shipping is like $100 or $125 or whatever. God, I paid like, pretty sure less than $700 for this shipped. Yeah, and it's a really nice piece, and it doesn't look like all the other exhausts like the Cobra Swept or the Freedom Performance or whatever. This is something that's freaking unique, and it's gonna be freaking loud. Oh yeah, and that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. What's happening, guys? So from the last clip that I said I was gonna do a cold start, you know, stay tuned for a cold start, I was obviously waiting for my ECU. I took my ECU to Frank from Powerhouse Motorcycles. He's a wealth of knowledge, guys. So I would highly recommend you calling and speaking to him. He has like custom turboed Hayabusas, things like that. So he works on many bikes. I'm talking about from Harleys to metric motorcycles like this one. So he is a wealth of knowledge, and I wouldn't just take just because the guy lives, you know, 30 minutes away from me, that doesn't mean, oh, well, let me just take my stuff. I do a lot of research on people. Matter of fact, I actually went there a week ago and sat there for an hour with him, talking to him just to get a feel for him, and also asking him questions to see if this guy actually knows his shit. Because you just don't want to just because people get 5-star Google ratings, that doesn't mean a whole lot, because their friends can do that. You get what I'm saying? So I've had that bad experience before with my race car, and believe me when I tell you, it's a huge eye-opener. So I'm very careful now from what I do. But I saw it fit enough to trust Frank with my ECU for my bike, and he did a lot with the ECU. So I took it to him on a Tuesday, and he called me Wednesday morning at 9 in the morning. And he was telling me, he's like, Luke, I can do a lot for you with this ECU, but the one thing I can't do is eliminate the servo through the ECU, which I thought he was able to do because he was able to do it before with different year M109Rs. So he actually told me he actually called one of his close friends in Italy as well and spoke to him, and he said on this 2025 year they can't do it. And not only him, I actually hung up with Frank for a second, and I actually called up Motorcycle Mall, the place I bought this bike from, because they actually have a lot of techs there and a full service dyno. So they have a lot of guys there who know stuff about this bike in detail. And they also confirmed that they cannot eliminate the servo through the ECU. So you would have to get a servo buddy or a servo eliminator. Shouts out to Julio at Mean Cycles for getting me this servo eliminator fast. This servo eliminator is from Revo, and I'll show you guys that in a second. I got it Wednesday afternoon. FedEx just dropped it off for me, so I paid for 2-day shipping because I needed this, because I wanted to test this bike out, and well, I'm excited to, but I wanted to make sure that that light was gonna be eliminated, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I gotta be on the safe side. And I just wanna show you guys something. First things first, I'm gonna show you guys, in case you guys don't know how to take out your ECU, it's super simple. All right, guys, so before we go on with me showing you the servo eliminator and speaking a little bit more in depth about the servo, I just wanted to show you how to take off or take out your ECU. Okay, it's super simple. Okay, obviously you pop these two, you pull this up, expose the battery. Okay, then what you're gonna do is the pop clip. Okay, release this pop clip and release using a hex socket, take out that 4mm bolt. Okay, pull off the fairing. You don't need to take it all out, just let it hang. Okay, and now what's going to happen is once you take this cover off of the battery, this bolt is going to be exposed right here. That's a 10mm bolt, and this over here is another 10mm bolt, and right here this is another H4 4mm hex socket right here. Pull that bolt off. Once you take this piece off and these bolts, this whole metal piece is going to start hanging. This metal piece inserts into a rubber jacket. I'm going to show you really quick so at least you can see what I'm speaking about. Okay? Okay? Okay. All right. So once you pull out this piece right here, this piece comes forward. Okay. And this is how it looks. Very simple. So your ECU, you can pull it out of this jacket, and this is how it looks right here. Okay. So you can unplug the ECU. This is the jacket I'm talking about. This is how it goes. Okay, so this rubber jacket right here is just a little piece of rubber that holds the ECU in place to prevent it dampens any type of harsh vibrations and stuff while you're riding. Okay, super simple. So now this is how it goes. So obviously when you unplug your ECU, guys, there's a black and a gray. The colors of the ports or the jackets, watch, the colors of the harness. When you unplug it, let me just drop this. Okay, so black to black, and this one is gray, and this portion here is gonna be gray as well. Okay, so now I have to just move that. So real simple. Once you get your ECU back, you insert this. You insert your ECU back into that rubber jacket that holds it comfortably. It slides in there. And by the way, you can actually remove the metal from that rubber jacket as well. So it's not like it's like trapped there. Okay? Very, very simple. Just put this right up here. Push it upwards and you'll see the threading. Just put the bolt in. Start threading it. It's already caught on. Super easy. Take this one. Slightly lift. We're good. And you could always fit the ECU in there nice and easy. Okay. Oh, and guys, a little tidbit for you, just in case you don't know. I know in your cars you have an OBD2 port, right? See this zip tie right here? This zip tie, it holds on. There's a little white, see in there? There's a 6-pin connector in there. That is for your OBD. So you can literally hook up another 6-pin connector, hook it up to your scan tool, and boom, you can read any codes, okay? All you gotta do, see, I'm touching it, look at that. Okay, so it's just being held by that zip tie, okay? And that's it. Then all you gotta do, guys, just put back, here we go. Just put back your 4mm bolt in here. Just put back that 4mm bolt. Voila, ECU in. ECU is super easy to get to and take out. Don't let anybody or any shop tell you otherwise. Super easy. Now, I just want to show you something. Let's go on to the servo. Okay, so now what I did was, obviously you could see I put on the this is the Revo servo eliminator. Okay, it's literally plug and play. Okay, that I got from Mean Cycles. All right, now here's the kicker. Frank had told me, he was like, okay, before, you know, I mean, he's like, start it up, see if you get any lights or anything like that. Make sure you leave the servo plugged in. Here's the kicker. What happens is, even if your servo is plugged in, you are gonna get an FI light, because that servo is so sensitive how they make this computer. If you detach the cables, from the servo, remember these cables are connected to the exhaust. So once that servo doesn't feel a pull from the cables to the exhaust, it's gonna trigger the light, and it doesn't matter if it's plugged in to your harness. Doesn't matter, because that happened to me when I started the bike. Okay, because obviously I only started because quickly also just to test it out for Frank. But I just wanted you guys to understand that. Okay, so now that we're finished talking about that, now this is the Revo setup right here. Very small. This will run you about 80 bucks. It works. Okay, I'll link that from Mean Cycles in the description. And what you can do is you can just route your wires in a way, and this what I would do, I would zip tie it, but to just show you guys a demonstration, okay, let's start this bad boy up, see how it works. And guys, once again, my exhaust is from JODO exhaust. I'm gonna link that in the description as well. And once you start this off with a new exhaust, guys, make sure, especially this one, you have to let this bike run for a good 15-20 minutes, because all the oils and stuff and the Cerakote and stuff like that, remember, there is like a honeycomb in here. It's not a baffle, it's honeycomb welded to the inside wall that has wool and stuff in it that gives it a very, very nice sound. Okay, and yeah, so start this bad boy up real quick. So now I'm gonna turn the key. All right, now once I turn the key, once I hit that switch, Once I hit that switch, you're gonna see the light for the servo eliminator light up. Okay, I just wanna prop it up so where you guys can see it. Okay, right there. Now watch this. That is sending a signal to the ECU. See it shut off? Get ready. This is gonna be freaking loud. Alrighty, here we go. First official start for you guys. So, holy shit, guys, that was freaking loud. I love it. Oh yeah. It sounds so freaking good. James from JODO Exhaust, you did freaking fantastic, buddy. That thing sounds, oh my God. Bike sounds so free. And guess what? No FI light. No FI light. Freaking fantastic. I'll show you again. No FI light. All right, guys. So all in all, everything sounds fantastic, looks fantastic. Also, the bracket that was over here underneath the swing arm holding that exhaust, I was able to take that off as well. So now the swing arm looks super, super clean. And I actually have a nice part coming from Tricked Out Cycles for this piece right here. So, you know, I mean, you could see it and it would look super, super nice. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna unclip these harnesses, okay? And reroute these harnesses up here and try to tuck this part right here and zip tie it either over here or right on this side. But it's not gonna be hanging over here like a freaking eyesore, you know what I'm saying? So I just have to do that, then I'll be able to put on all my fairings, and then I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, guys, real quick before I put the fairings on, remember the wire loom, actually the harnesses was dangling right over on this area right here. So I pulled it behind this to where the harnesses actually start from, which is here, ran it to the left where it comes to the frame. And don't forget to make things neat, I added wire loom to it, so there's no friction or anything running through the frame. This is the harnesses right here, and added more wire loom to the wires right here. Then zip tied it to a fuel line right here. Okay, zip tied it to that, and you know what I mean, it's very, very sturdy right here, super sturdy. And the cool thing about that Revo unit, the entire thing is waterproof. So now it's out of the way, okay? It's not down close to the exhaust or anything like that, and it's protected by the fairing. So I think we're good. All right, so let me put on all the fairings, wipe everything down, and then I'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys, I just wanted to show you my setup for the last time. Shouts out to James from JODO Exhaust. Thank you so much for getting this to me in like super fast, especially from the UK. Okay, guys, I got my exhaust system in about a week and a half. That's from production, Cerakoting to my door. Okay, so once again, thank you so much, James. Also, guys, I'm not hating on the Cobra or the Freedom Performance exhaust or anything like that, but you gotta understand, I'm the type of guy, I love being different, and this is definitely different, super one of a kind. And it sounds so freaking aggressive. My air filter setup Pretty much everything is super, super aggressive on the bike. Just listen to this. Super aggressive. Anyway, guys, once again, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Thanks for hanging out with me with the install in this video. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take it easy.